DualShock controllers have always been really good and are often included in lists all over the internet regarding the best PS4 controllers. It's the original, it's first party, it's reliable, and this controller does its job. But for me, my preference in gaming has always been having a controller with buttons on the back. Buying premium controllers such as Razer brands or a Scuf Vantage can set somebody back between $200 to $250. If you buy one used, you might get lucky and get it for $150. Fortunately though, Sony has officially launched a back button attachment for the DualShock 4. I guess it's better late than never. But the good news is it's only $29.99. So let's take a look at it. This is the DualShock 4 back button attachment, and simply put, it adds 2 programmable back buttons to any DualShock 4 controller. I mentioned this in the intro, but for those of you who've always wanted a premium controller with back buttons, this one is definitely one of the most affordable solutions at only $29.99. The main features of this accessory is that you can map any of the buttons on a DualShock 4 to the 2 back buttons. So any of the face buttons, the triggers, L3, R3, and even the options button can be programmed. Important, read first. So one of the most important steps that Sony even puts a little warning for as soon as you open the box is that there's a specific method to install the device on your controller. So I'd highly suggest following the directions. It's really simple though. You just have to make sure that your thumb is behind the stereo headset plug, you align it, and it pops in really easily. It has a nice little flush design that contours perfectly with the analog sticks. So when we get to that portion, I will show you guys how to put that on. The build quality of this back button attachment is really nice. It actually just feels like the back of the PlayStation 4 controller or even the triggers, so it has one uniform feel. I really like it. Real quick, I just want to share that there are other back button attachments from other brands out there, but many like the Strike Pack Dominator Mod Pack, they have a few limitations, such as being only a wired connection, as well as the price. This one runs for about $40. So I'll probably do a comparison video sometime in the near future. But going back to the Sony brand, compared to other back button attachments out there, so I'm going to actually install it right now so everybody can see the careful warning that they put in the beginning on how to properly insert it. But going back to what I was saying, in comparison, this one is far better already because there's actually an OLED screen that shows the current button assignments and the selected profile. You can have up to 3 profiles and you can practically switch them on the fly. It's just a few clicks here and there, and I'll show that off later on in the video, but I'm actually going to try to turn this on. And the lazy idiot that I am, I don't read instructions. You actually have to have the DualShock 4 controller on, and that's how everything is powered up. It's all through the DualShock 4 controller. I'm going to try to dim my lights or actually turn them off so we can see all the functions and see what the OLED screen looks like. It's actually really bright. If I had no lights on, if you're just like in ambient lighting, you can see it very clearly. So the combination of my lighting with my camera, you're going to see that it looks a little grainy, but it's actually very clear to the naked eye. So I'm actually going to get the rest of the instructions out so I can see how we program this whole entire thing to get this working, and then I'll turn on the PS4, get it plugged into the Elgato, and we'll see how it looks up and running. So I'm just going to read this ahead of time because this is a voiceover, but it's really simple to program the buttons, and they call it customizing a profile. So what you have to do is you have to hold the screen button down for 1 second to enter programming mode. The profile number is in the center of the screen. It flashes to let you know you're in programming mode, and after that you press the back buttons to select from among the available button assignments. Press and hold the back button to scroll through, and you can also press it at your own speed desire if you want to go through it really slowly, but it's really simple. We're going to activate it right there, and as soon as you see those little up and down arrows over the left hand and right hand side buttons, you can scroll through, program your desired button for whichever side you want it to be on, the left side paddle or the right side paddle. As you can see, all of the buttons are there, all the face buttons, the triggers, the shoulders, even the analog sticks, as well as the options button and the D-pad, so you can program the D-pad as well too. Compared to the mod pack, I really like how everything's positioned. It has a really nice feel. The ergonomics, let me lumpy space princess that word. It's really nice. There's a good feel in your hands, and overall it has a good feel. It has a good texture. Everything feels like it belongs. So to get to profile 2 and number 3, all you have to do is hold the screen button down for 1 second to enter programming mode, and then you click twice to program the next profile. And that can go for number 2, number 3, and then that's how you get back to number 1 ultimately. So we have the back button attachment up and running. I'm actually going to get the PlayStation 4 on now. We're going to try it out there, and then we'll see how it performs and my overall thoughts on it. And then for those of you interested on resetting the whole entire device, there's actually a really quick way to do it, and here it is. Just pausing that part right there. So I'm going to try this out. I'm just going to do one setting. So I have L3 set to the left button and I have circle set to the right button.
I'm just gonna turn on Call of Duty Modern Warfare, and then, if I can find it, sorry. My Sugarberry Smash is PlayStation, so I don't think I have it set to my name. Okay.
So I'm just going to do a custom game just to show off the buttons. So everybody has different preferences when it comes to mapping or programming buttons. So personally, I like to have this little left side back button to be my sprint button, because I absolutely hate pressing L3 down and then, you know, moving your analog stick whenever direction. So at least with that, it'll be easier just to press this button back here while you sprint. And then I like making this right back button my slide button. And that's just for me. Some people like to make it their melee button. Some people like to make it their primary shooting button, or maybe their lethal or secondary, whatever it is. But for me, I'm just gonna actually do a private match just to show this off. There are 3 different profiles that you can set. My lights probably make this impossible to see. So I have profile number 1, and I have that set to L3 and circle. So if you're a usual subscriber to my channel, you know that I get so lazy plugging the Elgato, but today is a special day because of this. And I think I might be one of the first to actually have this on YouTube. Come on, I'm the only one in here. I don't need a little intro screen. And I'll probably change the buttons on the fly so you can see it move. So the way I like it set up is that usually get the sprint, do that, and then if you want a tactical sprint in Call of Duty, get the double tap it. So it makes it easier for me to press this button on the back while running, so you can see my character is running. If I want a tactical sprint, double tap right there. Really easy. So once again, I mentioned this is my preference, and then I always set this back right button to slide. So you see me running. I like to make that my crouch or slide. Go prone. A lot of people like to make this their jump button as well if you're a jumper in the game, but I like to slide more often than jumping. So I'm going to show this off one more time. I'm going to try to get a good angle. There you go. So you see me tactical sprint. There's my sprint. There's my slide. Crouch, prone, crouch, prone, crouch, prone. But the cool thing about this is, let's say you have profile 2. So profile 2, I hope you guys can see it. So it's now set to profile 2, and by default it's triangle and square. So square. So let's just change that to, let's just change this right button to the melee button. So it's R3 in Call of Duty. Let's make the left one aim down sights, so L2. Press that button, you're all set. You probably couldn't see that, but let me try to, these lights are killer right now. There it is, so R3 and L2. So if you want to play this way, aim down sights, that one, and then if you want to melee. So let's see how quick I can switch to profile 1 again. Profile 3, hold it down again, there you go, profile 1, and click it again, set. So profile 1, it's back to this being sprint, double tap for tactical sprint, and then this one should be my slide button. So that was a little demo for you guys on how easy it is to use this controller. And one thing that I love about this controller, it still use your wired headset even if the jack is preoccupied with this little back button attachment right here. So once again, that's the DualShock 4 back button attachment for the PS4. And you guys made it this far, so why not check out some of these other videos that will appear all around here. And if you guys enjoyed my company and love spending time with me today, please make sure to hit that subscribe button. It should be down here somewhere. And if you're already subscribed and you want to stay up to date with everything else on my channel, new uploads or whatever it may be, make sure to hit that notification bell. It's somewhere down below near the video description. And I'll see everybody soon. Have a great day.